I'm Will Good, and today we want to talk about 2 things that professional shooters nail every time. Every time they get a good photo, it's because this has happened. 1, perfect focus, and 2, correct exposure. Now, a lot of people don't know about it, but there's a feature on your camera and it's called critical focus. So if you look on the camera over here, you'll see a plus sign. And if you hit this plus sign, it will zoom in. First it'll zoom in 5 times, then it'll zoom in 10 times. This is a digital zoom. It's not through the lens, just digital zoom. And when it zooms, it allows you to get exact. So let's jump over to a situation where I might need critical focus. So I'll bring this up, and what I want to do is get critical focus on this American flag over here. So what I'm going to take is my thumb, put it over this button over here. This is to zoom in, and I'm going to punch in. You can see it brings up a little menu that you can move around if you need to, depending on where you want to focus. From here I can cycle through a 5-time zoom or a 10-time zoom to get the exact focus I want. So I'll start off with the 5-time and get that looking where I need it. I like to go in and out a couple times to understand exactly where the focus is at, and then I'll punch in one more time beyond that to get the exact focus. At this point you can start to see threads in the flag, and that's like what you're looking for, to get those as sharp as possible. And bam, critical focus achieved. And then when you press it one more time, it'll zoom out. Then you can start recording or take your photo. Bam. Alright guys, so as you can see, critical focus is super duper important, and it makes your photos look dope. So the other thing you're going to need is the histogram. Now, histogram tells you when you have correct or exactly what exposure you're going for. So let's check out a situation where you might need that. Alright guys, let's get correct exposure. So say you pull up your camera and it's totally overexposed. Press the info button to bring up your histogram if this is on a Canon. You'll see that on the far right side there are way too many hot pixels, because that's actually a graph from dark on the left side, pure black, all the way to pure white on the right side. And it's spiking so hard it's going off the chart, and that's not what you want. And so what I'll do is I'll change the aperture here, and you can see that histogram move live as it goes across. And what you'll do is get a balanced histogram with not too many whites and not too many blacks, and that preserves all the data inside. So you want to make sure your image has the correct balance in there. Now, with darker images you will have more darker pixels, and with whiter images you will have more bright pixels. However, you want to make sure that your histogram is always where it needs to be. It's a really good way to see it from another perspective. Together with the histogram, the correct exposure, the focus, the critical focus, everything, you will have the grounds, the foundation set for a really awesome photo. So hope that helped a lot, and we'll catch you on the flip side. Peace. I just wanna know. Alright guys, so if that sounds all really cool but you still have no idea what I'm talking about, but you're still interested in cameras, we actually have a Creative Studio DSLR basics course. It's like a 7.5 minute long piece where I talk about how to set it to manual mode, the exact settings you want to set, the aperture, the ISO, the shutter speed, all that good stuff, but more details about that on the next video. So what you want to do is find a link on this page somewhere and check it out.